He's not one of my favorite philosophers, but Arthur Schopenhauer left a quote that pierces the walls of reality. He said, "The safest way of not being miserable is not to expect to be very happy." And this sounds very cynical and dejected at the same time, but you can't deny that there is some kind of truth, right? But it's hard to accept this kind of negativity, so we try to look away as much as we can. We look away by hanging live, laugh, and love posters on our office walls, by putting motivational quotes on a dusty windshield, by lighting a scented candle next to a pile of garbage, pretending that the smell isn't there, turning up K-pop to drown out the noise. Whatever people do, they just do it and look away from the harsh reality. But the thing is, there comes a day when you become fed up with all this tiptoeing BS and charades that you just start to accept the harsh reality, right? You start to accept the real world. So you start lowering your expectations of other people and the world around you. But here's the thing. Lowering your expectations and lowering your standards are not the same thing, right? Standards for yourself and expectations of others are not the same. And nowadays I've been noticing how a lot of young people these days just give up completely, right? Not just in Korea, but in other countries too, because if you look around the world, the job market is cooked, dating market is cooked, housing market is cooked, and pretty much everything that exists nowadays is cooked, right? So young people are losing hope for the future. So what do? They give up. They watch streamers online doing somersaults while shouting out positivity and typing W's in the chats. And they watch other people build their muscles and build their bodies while being satisfied vicariously. They stop working on themselves and resort to easy dopamine through constant stimulation like pornography, games, and addiction. They even watch gamers play games instead of playing games for themselves, things like that. But all this is doing is compromising your own values and your own quality of life, right? You're lowering your own standards for yourself. And what this does is it only creates a negative cycle where your self-esteem takes a toll. And once your self-esteem goes down, raising it takes significantly more willpower and energy than lowering it for sure. And, I'm not trying to preach or anything because I've fallen victim to this too many times. And I'm still falling off the wagon sometimes and missing my workouts. I've been skipping a day or two on my uploads. I'm still procrastinating on some of the stuff that I promised myself I would do and start. And, that's just being human. But the important thing is you don't settle for that, right? You always try to raise your standards and pick yourself up. You brush it off and you keep going even if you fall down, right? It's like striving to become the superhuman, an Übermensch, like Nietzsche called it. So I have to remind myself every now and then that even if I don't expect anything from other people, I need to hold myself up to high standards. Even if I don't expect to be happy, I should be ready to spread a sense of happiness. Even if I don't expect people to respect me, I should be respectful towards others. You know what I mean? Because what better thing to do than taking darkness and turning it into something beautiful?